Hello, modelers. I was never going to really show this, and I started thinking about it a little more. In some of my old pictures, if you look at my site, you'll see little pictures in the background of ships. These ships are ore ships. We live only about an hour, about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours away from a city called Duluth, Minnesota. And these ships, big ships, come through daily. I love them. I think they're cool. I tried to buy models of them. I did buy one, but now the company's out of business because I don't think they sell a lot of them because they're $1,000. Now, when I bought mine, I bought it on eBay, so I didn't pay that, but I have never built it. But what I did do is when we were up there, we toured a ship, and I always wanted one of these for my trains, and I didn't want to spend that kind of money, so I didn't. And I came up with this idea. It took me probably, and I'll put pictures on with the video, but it took me probably a month to figure out how to do it. These are built out of either pink or white foam. It's very simple. I made some plywood templates. These are my N scale ones right here. And these are, when I say the scale, these are exact. I have measured, I got specs online, and I broke them down to 187. And then I also did the N scale size. The plywood for the big ones, I don't have, I got it in the closet. It's kind of behind some boxes because they're pretty tall. They go, I think, up to 7 feet long. What I have here is this one over here, this far one. That one is a 6-footer. This one's not quite a 5, and this one's a little over a 4 foot. They are made, like I say, out of that pink foam. I just take them 2 pieces of wood, the big ones, of course, and I put them on top of the foam and on the bottom of the foam, clamp them, take my hot cutter and go all the way around with them, and just, they come out perfect shape. It took me, like I say, about a month to cut those things till I got them till they were the right scale. It's kind of probably cheesy in some guys' eyes because they think, well, I'd rather just have vacuum formed plastic. I agree, but I'm not willing to spend the kind of money. And when I tell you how much I have into each one of these, you're probably not going to believe me. The cabins, or the superstructures, are basically little pieces of this same foam, and I got little tiny, for each one of them, I got little tiny pieces of wood carved out for round shape, square shape, many different shapes, excuse me, and foam, and I just lay them on top and bottom, and I got a little foam cutter, I just cut around those. To get the windows and doors, I just printed I just print on some adhesive vinyl, and you can do it on your regular laser printer, whatever you do, just buy heat sensitive vinyl, and they sell that at the craft stores. And I just print 8.5 by 11 sheets. I also work in a graphic shop, so that does help me a little bit. I did print some like 12 by 18 sheets of them, and I've got enough of this windows, doors, and all this stuff to last me years because I got a ton of it. But I've made about 20 of these, sold about, I don't know, 8, 9, destroyed a few of them because I didn't like them. I just threw them away. But and then I still got my test ones that I did in the very beginning, the N scale ones, and they're very, very rough. I wish I could have dug them out, but I'm not sure what box they're in. But they were very rough. These are still not smooth, but if you ever look at a ship like this and go see one, you will see they are rough, beat up, dents everywhere. The paint's not very good. It's faded. And so I thought, well, this will be perfect. This should be pretty easy. I used barn red as a color, black, just acrylic paint, and some primer gray. That's all that was on that one. And then it's primer gray in there. That one I left red. I don't remember why. That long one is probably one of my first ones I ever built of the big ones. I'm going to walk around here. I'm going to try to go slow so the camera's not going crazy. Now, where they run into issues with these is the detail. That's the big cost. I don't have these very well detailed yet. And as you guys know, if you look at model railroading stuff, you can see a lot of the stuff is from model railroading. Almost all of this. The stacks are just some 1.5 inch PVC pipe, cut it at an angle, paint it silver, put a black strip around the top. That's all it is. The little masts, them are just paintbrushes stuck down in there. Everything is hot glued on there or Elmer's glued. And again, using the vinyl paper. That's basically what I got. I do have another one over here that's significantly more detailed. I've already taken the time to put all the masts and everything on it, all the wire and everything. It's got nice railings. I just haven't finished the other side, and of course it's storing my little dioramas I made on my other video. But I've got, I think, about 3 more of these too. So it's a nice thing if some guy wants to make a layout showing his water scene with a ship next to it. And here's the nice thing. On one of my layouts, what I did was I actually cut it off, say about right here, and it was just sitting by the wall. So it just kind of looked like the full ship. And I had a picture of it, the back end of a real ship, kind of in the wall. It worked pretty good. It's not perfect, but it worked good. It beats trying to buy one of them, I think Sylvan or is it Sullivan or whatever it is. They make a kit, but they're really expensive and you get only a little section of them at a time. I don't know if they make the full kit anymore. I know they used to, but it was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So, but this was cheap. I have, and this is no joke, I have literally about $8.50 in each one of these. The one with the rivets for the railings, that's just temporary. That one would be a little more with the rivets, maybe, I don't know, $1.50. But other than that, that's all I really have. It's just the label paper to print on my own printer, and then the foam. The foam, you can buy a huge sheet for about 16 bucks or something like that. And you can get these ships, you can get probably, I would say 5 to 6 out of a sheet. So you can kind of see where the math is. And then the paint, of course the paint's more than 8 bucks. But I've been making these ships for about 15 years. The paint itself, I still have the same barn paint. It's the same jug. I just keep shaking it up and I stir it on and off, every 6 months. And it's now finally starting to break down where it's not going to be usable, but I have the paint code. So really, there's not much to it. I'm going to try to dig up pictures because I had pictures of this in every stage where it's all white. Then I paint it and glue pieces on. I'll see what I can find for pictures. But you may or may not ever want to make one, but they sure are neat. And I have them scattered throughout our house. There's one up in Duluth at a hotel I gave them. Well, I was there a couple years ago when we were at that hotel. I don't know if it's still there. And then I've sold some to a couple hobby shops that have sold them. And I don't know how much they get. When I was selling them myself, I was getting about $200 for one. So, but they are really nice and they're ultra, ultra, ultra light. I mean, I don't think any of these here weigh more than 1.5 pounds, even that long one. The biggest, heaviest piece is that piece of PVC pipe. The rest of it is, boy, I can't imagine, 8-10 ounces. So that's really all you got. But I don't know if it's a video anyone's going to care to watch, but it sure was fun to make these. And I do have plans for more in the future. And yes, I am going to make an N scale one. I just haven't done it yet. A good one, other than my test ships that I made. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Like I say, they're not perfect, but they're fun and they do kind of work good for a process if you're doing a lake scene or a very industrial water scene. Like I say, you probably saw these on my site or some of my other videos kind of sitting in the background. I just store them. They're kind of dusty now. They're too big to put in cases unless you get some custom ones made, but they vacuum off. They're just foam. Just be careful not to vacuum off the antennas and things. So, but anyways, just thought I'd show them. Thanks for watching.